Dead inside is a joke, but I never mean to like glorify feeling that way. I think it's better to feel positive inside. As weird as that sounds, but it's funny to be like, hey, I'm dead inside, I feel nothing. But you should feel something. You should feel positive emotions, whether that's you just got back from a Panic concert, you just wrote a song, you just listened to something. I think it's important to remember that. And I think in the emo and alternative community in general, there's a lot of negative things that you can get trapped into. So if you look on Tumblr, for example, you might look at stuff that encourages you to follow the emo aesthetic, quote unquote, or alternative in some kind of self-harmful way. And it really doesn't have to be like that. And that's why I try to focus on the entertaining parts of it. Is it bad that I genuinely just feel numb? Yes, it is bad. It's not good to feel nothing. Even if you feel pain, you know that at least you're feeling something. You should always feel something inside, negative or positive emotion. And being numb to stuff isn't healthy. If you become numb to something, it's kind of like a coping mechanism from going through so much stress or anxiety or depression. And that's not good. So if you have to face your fears head on, you gotta do it. It's not good if you feel numb completely. Because I think it's better to feel something than nothing. I hate that's how I feel, but it helps me cope. It's not a healthy way to cope, but if it's the way that you can cope right now, then do whatever you can to cope, and unless it harms you. But I would say just try to channel that energy into something positive. Like, for example, it's almost 3 a.m. here, and if I wasn't live streaming with you guys, I know my mind for no reason at all would dwell into negative spaces. But I'm talking to you guys, I'm streaming, which makes me happy, I'm playing music, which makes me happy, and it's making me happy. So if you have to write a poem, a song, draw something, yes, positive mental attitude. Fortnite is positive. Look, if Fortnite makes you happy, play it. What if nothing makes you happy anymore? That's a big sign of depression. If you lose all passion in your interests and your hobbies and nothing feels the same anymore, that is 100% a sign of depression. And for that, you kind of have to, what helped me was seeking professional help. But in the meantime, what you could do, and I say it a lot, is channel it into, even if you lost interest in stuff, try to channel whatever energy you're feeling into something that feels good to you. There has to be something that will feel good to you. It could be piano, it could be guitar, it could be drawing fan art of a YouTuber, making a video. You can't let those interests slide away, and you don't want to lose that spark. If I can go 10 years back in time, I would tell myself to give 150% into whatever you're pursuing. I'd be so much better at drums and guitar and vocals, but I gave up every time because I let depression take over. And I know it's awful and there's no cure, and I struggle with it every day. But there's ways that you can try to help remedy it in some kind of way and make life livable and make the world, you know, if you're seeing it in black and white, you'll see it in color again. So I'd say first step is seeing a professional, and then do that. And I know it's a hard step to take, but you should do it. It took me forever to make that step and try to actually explain how I feel to a stranger. But it does help, and I never thought it would. But talking to someone about your problems and how you feel really does help. If I open up to you guys about my personal struggles, it might help you guys in some way. And if I could help you guys, and you guys are feeling negative or sad or you have depression, anxiety, or something, if I could help you in some way by feeling more exposed of myself, then I want to do that. I want you guys to feel good. I hate reading messages of you guys self-harming and you guys trying to take out your sadness in ways that you shouldn't. And the best message I could ever get is, you help me stop cutting. And I can only imagine the pain that cutting would, your sadness is so deep that you want to take it out on the surface of your skin. But I think that could be channeled so much better into amazing things that could contribute to society in a great way. I want you guys to be good, because you guys are so, you're amazing people, and you make the community such a great place and a welcoming place. And, I want to keep that going. Don't let anything you see bring you down. Just focus on funny, happy stuff. But how can I be positive? So many things are negative around me, and I can't be changed now. If everything's negative around you, you have to try to change your surroundings. If you can't change your surroundings, you kind of have to deal with what you got, deal with the hands that you were dealt with, but approach them in a better way, a more positive way. So for example, I was bullied in middle school and high school a bit, and I had to kind of deal with it. And there's always at least someone that you can confide in and feel good with. Or maybe you're having problems at home. The best you can do is kind of bite your tongue and kind of push through it. But just know that all this pain and all these experiences will contribute, or can contribute, to something so amazing. Because some of the best music and some of the best art has been created from negative emotions. Think about how many sad songs there are, and how much pain those artists went through to have to write that song. And it's not something you have to actively experience to even write music or draw or something. If you look back on it, and you look back on the pain, and you realize you made it through it, it's something you carry with you for the rest of your life. And I know everyone's situation is different, and some people have it harder than others, and it's like, at that point, I don't know what to say. But I feel like if you realize that it's a temporary thing, and eventually you'll get away from the situation and surround yourself with people and the environment that you want to be in, until then, you just kind of have to do what you have to do. What should I do about bullying? Says B. Yuri. So again, if I can go back and tell myself what to do, it would be, don't listen to people. My biggest mistake was trying to fit in with people that weren't good influences on me in high school. And I really wish if I can go back, I would say, look, be yourself, and you really don't have to change for anyone else. They'll like you for who you are. And if you don't fit into the popular group, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. If you're facing bullying and it's severe, then I definitely report it to a supervisor. I've had to do that before because someone wanted to fight me in the lunchroom. It was crazy. There's ways to get past it, but assuming you're alternative, I would say, yeah, oh, that's a good line. I'm such a strange shape from trying to fit in. Fall Out Boy, I became such a strange shape from trying to fit in. Meaning, you won't be yourself if you try to fit in. And please try to do that, because it carried with me after high school, and it took me a few years to rediscover myself. And it was a painful experience. I had to cut off all of my friends, quote unquote friends. But please, I know if someone told me this when I was in high school or middle school, I'd be like, they're being cliche, they're being, generic. It's true, though. Everything I'm saying is so true because I've literally experienced it. So however much you trust me, try to listen to what I'm saying and try to follow it. And hopefully you guys can live and lead better lives. You guys can lead the sharpest lives if you want to. What if living is too much? What if I'm ready to go and never come back? I don't feel anything anymore. Again, that's a very severe symptom of depression. And you have to make that step to seeking professional help. Life is always worth living, and I've been through so many times where I felt like I've hit rock bottom, and I felt like there was no way out. But I kept on doing what I could to try to get myself out of it. And as generic and cliche as it sounds, it does get better. There's always a reason to live. People will miss you. You have so much to contribute to the world, so much to fulfill in life. Life is always worth living. Think about all the experiences you would miss out on. How do you find the right people to surround yourself with? It takes a long time. So, to really open up to you guys, when I was in New Jersey, I had to completely cut off my friend group. And I was alone when I was 17 to 19. I was alone for 2 years. I had depression and anxiety, and for 2 years, all I did was go through the motions and stay in bed because I had no one and I didn't know what to do. And I channeled that, and that's what actually led me to do music, and that's what led to Vile Exile. I know it's a meme, but that's what it led to. I was like, finally, I have an outlet. But just know, sometimes you have to cut people off. It's going to create weird rifts sometimes with friendships, but you can't keep bad people around you because it's going to influence you and your actions and your emotions and your personality in some kind of way, your habits. Again, you don't have to do what I did and be alone for 2 years, but you can do whatever you want when you reach the right age, when you reach 18. This got really deep. Are you guys doing all right? I love you so much. I just want you guys to do good in life. And I don't know, I feel like I made a lot of mistakes, so if I can make you guys avoid the same mistakes I made, I feel like you guys will excel in life. Even if you grow out of me and my content, I just want you guys to be on like the right road in life. That's all I want. We all needed this. I hope it helps some way.